Hello, for some reason my last live stream decided to end itself, so I had to restart the stream. This is just exactly where I left off in the previous one. Um, Hello. I'm gonna quickly copy and paste this box here. Oh, one sec. Why is it not working? Sorry. Okay, because I want to make sure that we have this area outlined. So this is gonna be the full redistribution of the three drives pattern. Okay, so this is our target. Now, this is the level that we're overall hoping for, but this has already been met on the third drive, which, like, I don't know, like, how I would anticipate this, yeah, is just a continuation up to here, but maybe some kind of retracement. Basically, any long with the stop loss of here would be the invalidation for this idea. I don't know. You don't really like a wick out and back in. If as long as it comes straight back in, then that is allowed, I suppose. If as long as it has is followed with a displacement to the upside. So like say this drive was formed here and then it came up to here and then this wick came all the way down to there and then it came higher, then it still would be a three drives pattern. You would probably just use the new wick if it was lower than this as the third drive instead of this one. But it's the same kind of idea. I just took the liquidity back. Like I don't know, like that's where you would essentially have your invalidation, right? But we have 1, 2, 3 drives here on the 15-minute time frame. The reason I'm using it on the 15-minute time frame instead of the 1 minute is because on the 1 minute it's a little bit messy. Like I mean, these are the drives that I thought it was, to be honest. So it is actually a three drives pattern based on my assumption here. But the only thing that I don't like about it, okay, is how this is a three drives pattern in itself. So we have 1, 2, 3 drives lower, and then we also have the 50% and the full redistribution of that. But even just the 50% for now, right? I'll outline this so that it's more visible. So what do I need to do with this? I need to change the color of this to something like that, or maybe this. So you can see like it's like 1, 2, 3 attempts to go lower, yeah, and then basically the the 50% retracement from the high that made the first low is going to be the target after the third low is formed, after the third drive is formed. So on here, this did actually hit the 50% retracement for this pattern here. I know I haven't explained that in a great way, but I'm going to try and make sure that you can visualize it. If you give me one sec. Ooh, so here, and then okay. 50%. I might make this slightly bigger so that you can see it. Yeah, yeah. So you should be able to see that. So it kind of like formed a three drives pattern here, 1, 2, 3, and then it gave the 50% target right there. Yeah, but it didn't hit the full redistribution. But what's funny is the target for this three drives pattern on the 15-minute time frame, which is the 1, 2, 3 lows, that uses the same high here. So this 1 minute formation of the three drives pattern, this formation of the three drives pattern on the 1 minute time frame uses the same high as the one that's formed on the 15-minute time frame. So that kind of gives me like more conviction for this high to be met here. So these three drives, 50% is here. Oh, I haven't even put it in the right place. It's there. Let me use the magnet here. I want to make sure that it's definitely in the right place. Yeah, okay. And then full redistribution is going to be this high here. But these, I'm just going to make it so that you can only see them on the 1 minute time frame. One sec. Because it's going to be too messy when I go on the higher time frames. But you can see this 1 minute pattern formation here of the three drives. This 1 minute formation here of the three drives pattern. Okay. And then we have the three oh, fucking hell, I can't speak. I'm so glad that it's wrote down here. The three drives pattern, the 50% retracement target of the pattern has been met. Okay. And then it's how this pattern is formed on the 1 minute time frame, and the 15-minute time frame pattern that we're also looking at utilizes the same high as the 1 minute formation. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. We've already hit the 50% retracement target of the three drives pattern on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, so now what we would be waiting for ideally is the full redistribution to be hit coincidentally shortly afterwards. Okay, so I just want to make sure this is very clear. So we have 1, 2, 3 drives lower. Okay, we're looking for 50% of the initial part of the move to the first drive. Okay, and then the overall target, the expectation, is going to be the full redistribution. Not the expectation. The expectation will be 50%, okay? But like what you would want to hope for is a full redistribution. So for price to take the whole of this range. The three drives pattern is actually a very strong reversal pattern. And to be honest, if you can notice it, then yes, it is quite powerful. This here could be called a three drives pattern. It's crazy how I'm just seeing them. So we essentially have a run lower, okay, a second run lower, a third run lower, and then you're basically looking now at the third run lower, if you think you found the three drives pattern, to a 50% retracement, like the 50, basically halfway between the high and the first low, literally. You're just looking for halfway between the high and the first low from the third low in the pattern. And it also works for a bullish scenario as well. Oh, whoa, right, yeah, 1, 2, 3, and then 50% of this. That's fucking crazy. What? How is it doing this? That's so mad. It's not even like I'm being like choosy. Like this is 1 low, 2 lows, 3 lows. That's 50%. This is the target here, and then this is 1, 2, 3 lows, and then 50% is gonna be right there, and then a full redistribution is gonna be this high up here. Oh, sorry, no, just literally just right there. So that in itself is a 3 drives pattern. Look, I'll show you. 1, 2, 3 drives lower, and then you have 50% of this, which is right here, and then a full redistribution is right there. Do you see that? I know it's like a lot of stuff on here. I apologize for that. Let me try and outline it a little bit cleaner. So halfway, 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, I'll just do it like this. Way back. Oh, that's so much better. Okay. Just for purposes of explanation. So 1, 2, 3 lows, and then on the third low, you would want to see a retracement to the 50. No, you wouldn't even say that. You would want to see a retracement to the midpoint of the high to the first low. Yes. God, I don't know why that's so hard to explain, but when I see it, it's so easy to fucking visualize. So this is what I would use. Yeah, if I saw that in price action at the time, I would definitely want to use that. But then, coincidentally, there's also another one that I found, which I want to outline. And it's basically this one right here. So you even using this here, yeah. So 1 high, 2 highs, 3 highs, and then 50% of that is going to be here, and then full redistribution would be here. So to be honest, someone is getting fucked on a 3 drives pattern because I can just see them. I can see a few of them. So actually, like, it is quite difficult. This one had a full redistribution, okay, and this one so far has not. So 50% of that is going to be here, roughly about there, and that's what was met in this. So let me change the color of this one as well. So literally put it in any other color. There we go. That's fine. Just better for anyone's brain fucking looking at it. And then this one, I'll put that one in fucking like a orange. No, that's doesn't contrast well. Even like a blue color. That's fine. So if you look hard enough, you can see this 3 drives pattern in here, okay. And then the 50% retracement, and then the full redistribution, yeah. And then if you look at this one here, you can see this pink line. This is the initial low. Or to be honest, you could even say that this is the initial low here. Because like price is like forming a higher high and then a lower and then a higher low. Fucking hell, sorry. A higher high, a higher low, and then a higher high, higher low. So then this would be the low. But then, yeah, that does work. To be honest, if you're using um this idea, then actually the 50% would be around here, okay, of this drive, right? So there's not a real need to use all of that, because if you're just focusing on the low that caused the first high, then it's going to be this low that caused this run up. So to be honest, then it works very beautifully. So 50% of that is going to be roughly about there, from this to this, okay? And then a full redistribution of this is going to be here. So that's quite fucking mad. And then as well, we have this three drives pattern that's currently occurring in the price action. I'm gonna actually make this thicker so it's easier to see. Um, so I hope that makes sense anyway. I don't want to make these videos too long, but to be honest, I think this explains it pretty well. So you can see that we have price like falling, yeah, falling, and then like say that we just have 1, 2, 3 drives lower, okay, and then we're using this as a target, and then somehow price has formed this one, and then we're using this as the target. Or even if this wasn't the real three drives pattern low, okay, and this was the real, I don't know which is the real one. I would say that they're all real in a sense. Like, I mean, to be honest, if you're using that, then, and that's what the market's printed to you, and you can't see the other ones, then you use that. You know what I mean? Fucking hell. Like, this is great. 1, 2, 3 lows, and then 50% of that in the full redistribution. So I got hit here and here, and then 1, 2, 3 highs, and then 50% of this pull is going to be here and to here, which is the full redistribution at the low there. And then you have the 3 here, which is the 1, 2, 3, and then the 50% retracement target is there. So really, it should look, yeah, a bit more like that. Perfect. I think that looks absolutely fantastic. I don't know your opinions, okay, but like, I mean, off the top of the head, just seeing it on the charts, I think that's quite beautiful. Like, I mean, fucking hell, Jesus, look at that, man. Do you reckon we're gonna get this full redistribution in here? I do hope so. I would end the stream now, but I don't want to, because like, just for the next like 1 minute or so, simply because it's gonna be difficult to get like a good visual depiction of what I was looking at last. See that little pull right there? Like, that's like, I want to kind of keep that in there, you know what I mean? Because I know it's gonna pull up here into this full redistribution, but I don't know how long it's gonna take, and it's definitely gonna go to that pre-market AM, basically the 6:30 AM 1 minute candlestick for New York, and then it's 10:30 AM for London. I hope you can see that there, right? And then this is the equities open range, but it's all in the previous live streams that I've done. They're all like public, so you can see them. And you can also just go to the start of this or the last video as well. But I do think we're going to see that full redistribution up there. The 3 drives pattern is actually a very strong reversal pattern. And to be honest, it's mad how it's just like throwing them out here. One of those is likely to be some type of coincidence. Okay. And the reason I say that, yeah, is because this 3 drives and this 3 drives, like, I don't know if my mentor ICT would use these as 2 separate patterns. I mean, my mentor doesn't even trade Bitcoin, to be honest with you. He doesn't trade Bitcoin. He says that he doesn't have any affinity for it. He doesn't believe in it. And so therefore he doesn't commend that people use Bitcoin. Okay, but like, I personally like to use Bitcoin's price action to trade. That's just me. So anyways, you can see these 2-3 drives patterns. I don't know which one my mentor would use if he was to use one. It would probably be I would lean to say this pink one here, but then I do feel like he would also spot this. I feel like he would notice that one. I also feel like he would notice this. So maybe this pink one is the one that he wouldn't use. Even though that was a full redistribution as well. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'll zoom in a little bit more to this one. Oh, there's even this green one as well. See, even like with more context there, like as you zoom out, you can see that this low formed here, right? Like on the lower time frames. That's definitely 1 high, 2 highs, 3 highs, and then the market. Oh, sorry, it's not drawn correctly. It should just only be to here from there. Now it's drawn right. I apologize for that. That's actually my fault. Well, what about this one then? Because what am I marking the 50% retracement as on here? It's this. But would that be what I was to use? I would probably use this. Right? So then, in actuality, this should be here. And then the full redistribution I would use as that. So then a full redistribution is actually here. And I would be just only targeting this. Yeah, sorry. I was a bit rushed in doing that. But in these 3 drives, like, that's what I would see, like 1, 2, 3. And then the 50% retracement, which is this black line, is accurate because it's, I don't know, I'm gonna stop over explaining it. Sorry, I don't wanna. No, I should finish what I'm saying. So basically, when you look closer, it's very easy to get drawn into the smaller fluctuations. I would say that's even a 3 drives pattern there. Look, 1, 2, 3, and then it goes to the 50% of this, and then, but not to the full redistribution. So if you're looking for the 50% retracement, then to be honest, it's potentially quite strongly if you're only taking that idea. Like all of these ones that I've pointed out here have hit 50%, but then I wouldn't have pointed them out if they didn't, because I would have seen that it didn't, and then I wouldn't have pointed that out. It's just psychologically in my mind. But anyways, I'm maybe just gonna leave this live stream here. We'll see if it does actually go up to this full redistribution or not. I definitely do think that it will do that. And to be honest, yeah, like even if the market does pull all the way down into here, like literally, as long as it doesn't take this low, then that is the where we're expecting it to go. So like I even know right now that it's 100% gonna pull into there. Like so even you could go long on that premise there, but your risk to reward ratio is gonna be very fucking horrific. Oh, but if we're only anticipating price to make that full redistribution from the 50%, that's not always a good idea. But if I was to take a, you know, take a small trade off this, then maybe I would just be more patient and I wouldn't rush into the market straight away, and I would like maybe wait for some kind of sweep on this, because over time this three drives pattern is still going to play out. So even if price did come back down below the 50%, as long as we went back above it, then I just only have a better entry in that case to this target here. So like I wouldn't try and like force it. Like for example, like 1, 2, 3, and then price got to here before it even took the 50%, and then it had this retracement and tried to get back to this, but definitely couldn't. So that's my safe stop loss, and I would have entered here and then targeted that. So in this scenario, I would have wanted to literally have entered off this green bar here using this three drives pattern and taking whatever the market's going to give me based on that idea there. And then I even have a target just and that also aligns perfectly with my my analysis that I have on here. Look, see these green boxes. Okay, now you can see how it aligns, because I want to take my entry there and target this, and then I want price to trade through that. So it's very interesting. I don't know, this is all hypothetical. We'll see what price does in relation to this. I might make another video, I might not, I don't know. I think I've explained this good though. So anyway, I shall see you later. Goodbye now.